Hello and thank you for tuning into News Today, where we break down the day's top stories with precision and clarity. Without delay, let's explore the headlines first. The India Meteorological Department is inspecting automated weather stations due to unusually high temperature recordings. The Reserve Bank of India has unveiled a strategic action plan for 2024-25 aimed at promoting the internationalization of the Indian rupee. India's foreign direct investment inflows dipped in financial year 2023-24, says DPIIT. Conservation planning for Gangetic dolphins in smaller rivers of the Ganga. Stagnant millet production in India highlighted in RBI Annual Report 2023-24. The 46th Antarctic Treaty Consultative Meeting and the 26th Committee on Environmental Protection have been concluded. Let us begin with the very first news. The India Meteorological Department is currently inspecting automated weather stations due to unusually high temperature recordings in various parts of the country. The AWS at Mangeshpur station in Delhi recorded a staggering 52.9 degrees Celsius, while the station at Ramdaspet in Nagpur reported an even higher temperature of 56 degrees Celsius. However, nearby stations in these areas have recorded comparatively lower temperature, which raises concern about the accuracy of the AWS readings. But what exactly are automated weather stations? An AWS is defined as a meteorological station at which observations are made and transmitted automatically. These stations typically employ four key sensors: wind sensors, temperature humidity sensors, pressure sensors, and rainfall sensors. The air temperature is measured using an electrical resistance thermometer in degrees Celsius, which operates on the principle that electrical resistance varies with changes in temperature. While AWS units are widely used for weather monitoring, they are not without challenges. One major issue is that beyond a certain temperature threshold, the accuracy of the recordings become unreliable. This can be due to improper calibration of the sensors of the placement of AWS units on concrete structures that absorb and radiate heat. Additionally, a lack of regular maintenance can lead to faulty readings. To address these concerns, the IMD is taking steps to verify the accuracy of the AWS readings. In some cases, high temperatures can be measured using alternative methods such as placing a thermometer in Stevenson screen. A Stevenson screen is a wooden enclosure designed to shield meteorological instruments from precipitation and direct heat radiation while enabling free circulation of air around them, providing a more accurate reading of the ambient temperature. The IMD, established in the year 1875, is the principal government agency responsible for all matters relating to meteorology and allied subjects in India. It is one of the 6 regional specialized meteorological centers of the World Meteorological Organization and operates under the Ministry of Earth Sciences. With its headquarters in New Delhi and 6 regional meteorological centers across the country, the IMD plays a crucial role in monitoring and forecasting weather patterns, issuing warnings, and providing meteorological data to various sectors. The unusual temperature recordings by the AWS units have highlighted the importance of regular maintenance, calibration, and proper placement of these devices. As climate change continues to impact weather patterns across the globe, accurate and reliable weather data becomes increasingly crucial for effective decision-making and risk management. In our next news, the Reserve Bank of India has unveiled a strategic action plan for 2024-25 aimed at promoting the internationalization of the Indian rupee. The Reserve Bank of India, in its annual report for 2023-24, highlighted action plan for promoting internationalization of the INR. This plan includes permitting the opening of INR accounts outside India by persons resident outside India or PROI, INR lending by Indian banks to PROI, and enabling foreign direct investment and portfolio investment through special non-resident rupee or special rupee Vostro account. But what exactly is the internationalization of the rupee? It refers to the use of the Indian rupee in cross-border transactions. For the INR to be accepted as an international currency, it should be widely used in international transactions, easily convertible, and the country should have a stable financial market. The benefits of internationalizing the rupee are manifold. It reduces the demand for dollars and strengthens the INR, lowers the cost of doing business, and improves competitiveness. Additionally, it reduces the need for holding foreign exchange reserves and decreases vulnerability to external shocks. However, the path to internationalizing the rupee is not without challenges. The INR is not fully convertible, which can hinder its international acceptance. Moreover, the country may face the Triffin dilemma where the obligation to supply its currency to meet global demand can conflict with its domestic monetary policies. The integration of financial markets could also affect macroeconomic stability. Despite these challenges, India has taken several steps towards the internationalization of the rupee. These include the usage of Indian payment infrastructure in foreign countries like Singapore and Malaysia, bilateral currency swap agreements with countries like Japan, Sri Lanka and Bhutan, and the issuance of rupee-denominated bonds, also known as masala bonds. The Strategic Action Plan for 2024-25 introduces two key components: the Special Non-Resident Rupee Account and the Special Rupee Vostro Account. Any person resident outside India having a business interest in India can open an SNRR account for the purpose of putting through bona fide transactions in rupees. SNRR accounts are usually allowed for specified transactions in trade, foreign investments, external commercial borrowings, and more. A Vostro account is an account that domestic banks hold for foreign banks in the former's domestic currency, in this case, the rupee. Coming back, SRVA is an additional arrangement to the existing system that uses freely convertible currencies and works as a complementary system. To open an SRVA, prior approval from the RBI is required. The RBI Strategic Action Plan for 2024-25 is a significant step towards making the Indian rupee a global currency. By facilitating the use of the rupee in international transactions and providing a framework for foreign investment through SNRR and SRVA accounts, the plan aims to strengthen the Indian economy and reduce its dependence on foreign currencies.
In our next news, according to data released by the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, DPIIT, India's FDI inflows have experienced a decline in the financial year 2023-24. The country witnessed a 3.49% contraction in FDI inflows, amounting to $44.42 billion compared to the previous financial year. Despite the overall decline, several states and sectors have shown remarkable performances in attracting foreign investments. Maharashtra emerged as the top recipient of FDI, followed closely by Gujarat and Karnataka. These states have consistently demonstrated their attractiveness to foreign investors through their business-friendly policies and infrastructure. In terms of source countries, Singapore maintained its position as the leading contributor to India's FDI inflows, followed by Mauritius and the US. Over the past 2 decades, from 2000 to 2024, Mauritius has been the top source of FDI equity inflows into India, followed by the Singapore, the US, the Netherlands, and Japan. Computer software and hardware, followed by service sector and construction activities, received highest FDI in financial year 2023-24. Also, top 5 sectors receiving highest FDI equity inflow during 2000 to 2024 are services sector, computer software and hardware, trading, telecommunications, and automobile industry. To understand the current status better, take a closer look on some facts about FDI. It is an investment made by a company or an individual in one country into business interests located in another country. The DPIIT serves as a nodal department for the formulation of FDI policy in the country. FDI can enter India through either the automatic route, which does not require government approval, or the government route, which necessitates prior approval. Foreign currency convertible bonds, foreign institutional investment with certain conditions, and global depository receipts are all included under the umbrella of FDI. However, there are certain sectors where FDI is prohibited, such as lottery businesses, gambling and betting, chit funds, nidhi companies, and trading in transferable development rights. Wrapping up, FDI holds immense significance as it stimulates economic growth, enables development in backward areas, ensures exchange rate stability, etc. However, there are few concerns regarding FDI in India. For example, most FDI inflow is concentrated in few states like Maharashtra and Karnataka, widening existing inequalities. FDI may lead to unfair competition and ultimately affect domestic companies. Furthermore, there are several initiatives taken to promote FDI. First and foremost, liberalization of FDI in sectors like insurance, power exchanges, etc., and investment promotion and facilitation through Invest India program are in line. Lastly, Make in India has also hugely contributed in attracting foreign investment. In our next news, A study was conducted by surveying the tributaries and sub-tributaries of the Ganga River for conservation planning for Gangetic dolphins in smaller rivers of the Ganga. Let's start by taking a look at the key findings of the study. The study revealed that small rivers are home to more than 15% of the Gangetic dolphins. However, the distribution of these unique aquatic mammals has diminished in several rivers, including the Son, Kain, Betwa, Sindh, Sharda, and the upper stretch of the Yamuna River. The study highlights the lack of robust ecological information on smaller rivers, which has hampered overall river conservation efforts. These dolphins face numerous threats, including unintentional killing, overfishing, net entanglement, poaching for dolphin oil, pollution, and fragmented populations due to the construction of dams. To address these challenges, the study recommends the adoption of comprehensive and inclusive conservation strategies that take a river basin-wide approach. This means considering the entire area drained by a river and its tributaries when developing conservation plans. One promising strategy is the umbrella species approach, which focuses on protecting species that require more space, such as Gangetic dolphins. By providing adequate habitats for these larger species, smaller species in the area will also benefit from the protected space. The study also emphasizes the importance for identifying priority river stretches for protecting biodiversity, along with monitoring changes in biodiversity and implementing stringent measures to reduce pollution. Wrapping up, let's quickly learn a few more facts about Gangetic dolphins. Gangetic dolphins, known for their long, thin snouts, rounded bellies, stocky bodies, and large flippers, are essentially blind and live exclusively in freshwater habitats. They are also known as susu based on the sound they make while breathing. Females are typically larger than males. In terms of their protection status, IUCN has listed it as endangered, and they are covered in Appendix 1 of CITES. The Gangetic dolphins are part of the Species Recovery Program. Apart from that, Schedule 1 and 4 of the WPA 1972 Act also has their mention. The Indian government has also taken several initiatives to protect Gangetic dolphins, including declaring them as a national aquatic animal, launching Project Dolphin, and establishing the Vikramshila Gangetic Dolphin Wildlife Sanctuary. In our next news, the Reserve Bank of India's annual report for 2023-24 has shed light on a concerning trend. Despite India being responsible for nearly 80% of Asia's and 20% of the world's millet production, the acreage and production of this nutritious grain have remained stagnant over the years. Before delving into the reasons of stagnation, let's discuss more about millets. Also known as Shri Anna, these are small cereal grains belonging to the Poaceae family. They are nutri-cereals comprising of major millets like sorghum, pearl millet, etc., and minor millets like foxtail and koro. They are a rich source of micronutrients containing 7 to 12% protein, 2 to 5% fat, 65 to 75% carbohydrates, and 15 to 20% dietary fiber. They offer numerous health benefits and play a crucial role in ensuring food security. India's millet productivity, excluding sorghum, was lower than China, Ethiopia, and Russia in 2022. India's major millets producing states are Rajasthan, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, etc. If you talk about the benefits of millets, millets offer a multitude of benefits for health, economic security, and environment. These nutri-cereals are an excellent source of essential minerals such as iron, zinc, and calcium, making them a valuable addition to a balanced diet. With the low glycemic index, millets are particularly beneficial for individuals at risk of developing diabetes. Moreover, being gluten-free, millets provide a safe and nutritious option for people with celiac disease. Consuming millets has been linked to combating anemia, reducing the risk of cardiovascular disease, and lowering cholesterol levels. From an economic perspective, millets offer a sustainable source of income for farmers, requiring low investment for production. Furthermore, millets contribute to reducing the carbon footprint as they are less water-intensive, drought-resistant, sustainable, and require fewer fertilizers and pesticides for growth, making them an environmentally friendly choice. However, several factors have contributed to the stagnation in millet production. The report highlights yield gaps caused by labor shortages and insufficient fertilizer use. Additionally, shifting consumer preferences and MSP-backed procurement schemes for fine cereals have led to a decline in millet cultivation. The comparatively shorter shelf life of these crops has also posed storage challenges. To address these issues, various initiatives have been undertaken to promote millet production and consumption. The year 2018 was observed as the National Year of Millets, while 2023 has been designated as the International Year of Millets. The National Food Security Mission aims to increase millet production and productivity in India. Furthermore, programs like Saksham Anganwadi and Poshan 2.0 mandate the supply of millets at least once a week in hot-cooked meals. The stagnation in India's millet production demands immediate attention and concerted efforts from all stakeholders. By prioritizing the cultivation and consumption of millets, we can not only improve the health and well-being of our population, but also contribute to global food security.
In our next news, the 46th Antarctic Treaty Consultative Meeting or ATCM and the 26th Committee on Environmental Protection or CEP have recently concluded. These meetings were hosted by the National Centre for Polar and Ocean Research, Ministry of Earth Sciences and the Government of India, showcasing India's commitment to Antarctic research and conservation. The CEP plays a crucial role in advising the ATCM on environmental protection and conservation in Antarctica. The measures, decisions and resolutions adopted at the ATCM give effect to the principles of the Antarctic Treaty, ensuring that this unique continent remains a haven for peaceful scientific research and environmental preservation. Speaking of the Antarctic Treaty, it was signed in Washington in the year 1959 by 12 countries and entered into force in 1961. Today, the treaty has 57 members, out of which 29 are consultative parties that actively participate in the decision-making process. India has been a consultative party since the year 1983. The treaty applies to the area south of 60 degrees south latitude and contains several key provisions. It mandates that Antarctica shall be used for peaceful purposes only, facilitates international scientific cooperation and prohibits nuclear explosions, radioactive waste disposal and military deployments in the region. India has been at the forefront of Antarctic research with its first research station, Dakshin Gangotri, established in the year 1983. Currently, India operates two research stations, Maitri 1989 and Bharati 2012. During the ATCM 46, India announced plans to set up a new research station, Maitri 2, further strengthening its presence in the region. In the year 2022, India enacted the Antarctic Act, reaffirming its commitment to the Antarctic Treaty and the principles of peaceful scientific research and environmental protection. The Antarctic Treaty is complemented by several related agreements. The Protocol on Environmental Protection to the Antarctic Treaty 1991 designates Antarctica as a natural reserve devoted to peace and science. The Convention for the Conservation of Antarctic Seals 1972 promotes the protection, scientific study and rational use of Antarctic seals, while the Convention on the Conservation of Antarctic Marine Living Resources 1980 provides for the conservation and rational use of krill, finfish and other marine living resources. As the world continues to face environmental challenges, the principles and agreements surrounding the Antarctic Treaty serves as a shining example of international cooperation for the greater good of our planet.
In today's personality news, we will discuss Devi Ahilyabai Holkar. The Holkar Queen of Malwa Kingdom was commemorated on her 299th birth anniversary. She was born in Ahmednagar, Maharashtra. She took control of Malwa in 1754 after her husband, Khande Rao's death in Battle of Kumher. In terms of her key contributions, city of Maheshwar became literary, musical, artistic and industrial center. She helped establish a textile industry now home to famous Maheshwari saris. She was instrumental in spreading the message of dharma and propagating industrialization in her kingdom. She restored various temples including Kashi Vishwanath, Omkareshwar, etc. She exemplified values of courage, compassion and was a great administrator.
As we conclude today's main news, let's have a look at some quick updates. Recently, Cambodia has announced that it will start work on Funan Techno Canal soon. Funan Techno Canal is a proposed 180-kilometer canal project in Cambodia funded by China. Recently, the Dag Hammarskjöld Medal was presented posthumously by the UN to an Indian peacekeeper, Naik Dhananjay Kumar Singh. The Dag Hammarskjöld Medal is a posthumous award to members of peacekeeping operations. Japan has spotted Chinese ships sailing near disputed Senkaku Islands in East China Sea. Senkaku Islands are also known as Diao in Chinese. It comprises a group of islands, that is Watsuri Island, the largest, Cuba Island, Taisho Island, etc. The recent VRR auction by Reserve Bank of India witnessed a good response from banks. VRR is a rate at which RBI allows banks to borrow at a rate decided by the market. Recently, the first discovery of living shallow marine stromatolites was made in the Middle East near the Red Sea. Stromatolites refer to a range of microbial communities that are associated with layers of rock. High Court judge becomes first in Goa to register a living will. Living will, an advanced medical directive, refers to a written document that a person uses to give his explicit instructions in advance about medical treatment to be administered if he becomes incompetent or unable to communicate. The International Food Policy Research Institute released the Global Food Policy Report 2024, Food Systems for Healthy Diets and Nutrition. The key findings include the climate change and biodiversity loss can have complex and interconnected effects on diets, affecting food availability, diversity, etc. Special Enforcement Bureau raids on Mahua liquor in Andhra Pradesh have targeted Koya tribe, threatening their traditional practices. Mahua, that is tropical tree, is considered sacred by them. Its flowers are used for brewing liquor. Before we sign off, let's challenge your understanding in today's installment of Test Your Knowledge. We appreciate your company. We hope you found this episode of News Today engaging. For the solution to today's quiz and to access the PDF version of News Today, remember to visit the provided links in the description.